Hey everybody, it's TorqdOff. Got a little project. It's colder than heck outside, and the monster needed an oil change. So today we're going to do an oil change, and this is the first time I've done an oil change on the monster myself. So it's going to be a learning experience for both of us, or all of us. So what I wanted to start out with was just kind of go over a few things that I purchased that I needed to get this job done. I have some of the tools that I need. I needed a few other things, and we needed the oil and everything like that. So I went to the dealer and I got 3 quarts, or actually 3 liters of full synthetic engine oil, and we got our oil filter there. Sorry, excuse me. We got our oil filter. I went ahead and went with K&N. Everything I've read, it's a better filter. The Ducati filter is a little bit more expensive, but I don't have a filter wrench that will put it on without scarring it all up, and I didn't want to have it looking like crap because you can see it. So I went with the K&N. It's got a nut on it, so you can just use a regular socket and put that on. So that's why I went with that. It's supposed to be a better filter all the way around. So anyway, went with that. I'll go ahead and I'll throw up the prices of all this stuff. I'll throw it up on the screen for you. That way you get an idea what everything cost me. And then I'll go over what the dealer was going to charge to do it. You had to buy the 2 crush washers, one for the drain plug. I don't know if you can see those, and then one for the screen filter. I had to buy those 2. I didn't have a torque wrench, so I went ahead and I bought a 3/8 inch drive torque wrench. So it's going to work for the drain plug, but I need a 1/2 inch drive for the screen filter nut. So we're not going to torque that down to spec. We're going to go by feel on that one and hope for the best. Wish me luck on that one. So it covers that. This is a 7-piece hex metric set for the hex fittings. That way I've got the one to get the drain plug, and then I had to buy a 3 set of the metric hex bits to get the screen filter nut off. So I got those. I needed a 1/2 inch drive socket. I've got one that's not very good, so I went ahead and bought a new one. I needed that. One thing you're definitely going to need is about a 12-pack of beer. I got that. And a Baron Von Grumble sticker. Got to have that in your shop. So I also need a oil drain pan and a funnel. So that's what I had to buy as far as tools and material goes to get this job done. We'll go ahead and get this started and see how it goes. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna get started here. First thing I did, I don't have a paddock stand to put this on. Some of us can't afford that kind of stuff. So what I did was I got a 2x4 and I put the kickstand on the 2x4. That way it'll, level the bike up a little bit. And hopefully that does the trick. If you do that, be careful that you don't get it too high and the bike falls over. That would be no good, especially when you're underneath it. I also want to apologize for how filthy this bike is. I need to get a good cleaning, but I haven't had a chance, so bear with me on that. So the first thing we need to do, we need to take out the drain plug. I went ahead and I warmed up the bike a little bit so the oil would flow a little bit better. Let's see if we can get this baby crack loose. This is a 5mm hex on here, and it kind of worries me. I hope I don't snap anything off. Oh, nope, didn't snap. That's a bonus. Looks like it came right out. There we go. And that looks pretty good. I don't see a whole lot of metal shavings on there. There's a few, but not bad. Not bad at all. So while that's draining, I'm going to grab a rag and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. It's taken 20 minutes and a beer and a half for the oil to drain, and it's still dripping. So we're going to go ahead and put the plug back in. I've got the new crush washer right there, and I got this all cleaned up. There was very little metal shavings on there, so I feel very fortunate as far as braking goes that there's not a ton of metal on there. That's a good deal. I'm happy with that. So we'll go ahead and get this put back in. Next thing we'll tackle is the filter. Now with this filter, I had a little bit of trouble with this. After a while, at cold startup, it would leak a little. So I got a filter wrench and I snugged it up just a little more, maybe not even a quarter of a turn, and it alleviated the problem for a while. But I just noticed when I started it up to warm it up to do the oil change that it started leaking again. So when I get this off, I'm going to inspect that really well and make sure that we don't have anything messed up. So we'll let that finish draining, probably have another beer, and then we'll put the filter back on. Alright, so now we got that drained. I went ahead and cleaned everything off really good in here. I don't see anything, any burrs or any deformities. So what I'm thinking is wrong with a little bit of leaking is it just wasn't sealing well with the original filter for some reason. So I went ahead and I've got the new filter. I went ahead and filled it up with the new oil to help with the dry start. I didn't want it to suck anything dry. I want everything filled up. And I'm taking that oil and I'm just kind of putting it around this gasket so it'll seal nice and good here. So here we go. We'll put that on. So let's see. I believe this is a 17 millimeter. Yeah, 17 millimeter. So I got that pretty much hand tight. I'm just going to go about a quarter turn, maybe just a shade more. I don't want it too tight though. We'll ruin the seal. So there we go. There's a good quarter turn there, and we'll check that out when we get done with that. So now we can get on to taking the screen filter out. This is where you're going to need your this is a 14 millimeter. That was a little snug, not too bad. There's that. That's just the cap. Then we have the actual filter in here we have to get out. And from what I've heard, these can be really tight. Watch me put my hand right in the oil. Let's see here. Oh shoot, that wasn't very tight at all. There we go. There's your screen filter. And luckily, doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit of metal on there, but not very much. So I'm pretty happy with that too. So I'll get this cleaned up. We'll get it back in. I'll be right back. Alright, we got the screen filter all cleaned out, ready to go. Go ahead and stick it back in there, tighten it down. Okay, nice and tight. And then we've got the cap put on. I got the new crush washer to put in there. Yeah, it'd be a lot easier to have this on a stand, or even a lift for that matter. Would be awesome instead of laying on the ground. Yep, I think that's got it right there. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start adding the oil. I think what I'm going to do is, I've got 2 liters in. I'm going to add a half a liter, and then maybe turn it over a little bit and see how it does. Then we'll check it with the sight glass there. We'll let that settle, and then we'll go ahead and put that last bit in. It calls for 3 liters, so we'll put it all in and hope for the best. Might as well grab another beer. So good when it hits your lips. Yeah, it looks to me like it's going to take the whole 3 liters there. Sure looks a lot better than it did. Check down here, make sure that we don't have any leaks, and there's no leaks. So the problem that we had with the Ducati filter has been fixed with the K&N filter. Thank God. Hated that. So there you go, guys. That's an oil change on a Ducati Monster 696. I really doesn't, not brand specific, but I wanted you guys to know this is the first time I've ever changed the oil in a street bike. So for all you new guys, new riders, don't be afraid to tackle stuff on your own. It's not that hard. Do a little research. You can do just about anything on your own. So Like my dad used to say, if it can be done, you can do it. TorqdOff out. See ya.